Alright guys, so round 6 concluded yesterday, and it was a very interesting round. To be fair, there was not it wasn't the best round, to be honest, because most of the games were not very skilled and some blowouts, and there was only probably one really good game in it, and that was the Suns and Melbourne one. That was the best one of the round. So yep, I'll get into the video. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Alright, so I said I'd shout someone out if they got the tip, whoever got the closest tip. There's only one person that tipped, and it was Gary Stridome. I think I said your name right. Massive shout out to him. Congratulations for getting the tip right. Make sure to subscribe to him, and yeah, good on you, lad. What I meant in the other thing is 22 people entered the thing, but only one person tipped Geelong. So yeah, congratulations again. So the first game of the round was, who was it again? Brisbane and Geelong. And for the majority of the first half, the Lions had the upper hand. They were really good firing out of the blocks, looked the better team. And Geelong got them last 2 goals of about in the last 5 minutes of the quarter. And since then, they just went on the rampage and played a lot better footy than Brisbane. Brisbane were flat. Brisbane were not great. Lachie Neale had a very good first half, not a good second half, to be fair. And Dangerfield probably will get 3 votes. Geelong were just too strong in the end, and they're really inconsistent. It annoys me because 1 week Geelong, when Geelong are up there, they're unbelievable. When they're down there, they're not good to watch. So they're a bit of an up and down team. So we'll see how they go this week against the Pies. That will be a massive game. Alright, talking about the Pies, they had a massive win over the Hawks on Friday night. A very convincing win. The Hawks were flat. The Hawks were shocking. They played like shit, to be honest. I'm sorry, and I can't talk because Bulldogs were not much better. But Hawthorn were just flat, and yeah, it was not a great game to watch. Collingwood were way too impressive, back to their winning form. And yeah, like Treloar starred, 35 disposals. He's the only player other than 2 others who's got 30 possessions, and he's done it twice in 2 weeks, so pretty good from Treloar. And the Pies with a convincing win over the Hawks. Hawks need to work on their consistency because there's a lot of teams that are like very inconsistent this year. Alright, Saturday's game between the Saints and the Dockers was a bit of an upset. The Dockers got over the line against the Saints after the Saints led at quarter time, 44-8 I think it was, or 9. I'm not sure, but it's still a massive lead. It was for the Saints. They could have ran away and won by 10 goals, even more. But Freo clawed their way back into the second half as soon as Ben Long, I think it was, who knocked, I can't remember who he knocked out, but he knocked someone out. And then since then the momentum swung, and Freo were very, very good in the next 3 quarters. They ended up getting to a lead by 19 points or whatever, 18 points. St Kilda clawed their way back to equal, and then Freo got the winning goal. Congratulations to Fremantle, happy for them to win. The next game was Adelaide and West Coast, and it wasn't a very exciting game, to be fair. The Eagles, too good for the Crows. Crows are not playing great footy. Yeah, Eagles back to their winning ways. It's going to be an interesting derby between them and the Dockers. I can't wait for that, to be honest, because they're both in around the same form. Both have the amount to say, oh, Dockers have one less win than the Eagles. I'd like to see the Dockers get up against the Eagles, to be honest. Sorry to the Eagles fans, but yeah, Eagles too good in the end though. Adelaide showing signs at the start, but yeah, and very kind gesture from Nick Nui to give a phone to Riley O'Brien. The next game was the Suns and the D's, and finally, after about, it's been a long time, but the D's finally get a win. What a win it was though. They were very, very good. I was actually surprised I thought of one because the Gold Coast have been in decent form, and I thought they could have got up, but the D's, yeah, that was too good in the end. Harley Benell kicking the goal after the siren, and they got around him, so that was a very good sight, and I do like Melbourne, so congratulations to them. A very hard fought win, and hopefully, yeah, that's 2 and 3 now for the D's, and they 15th I think, but yeah, very, very good win. Alright, so the next game was the Roos and the Bombers, and the Roos very disappointing again. They were not playing, they're not playing the best footy at the moment. They lost the last 3 or 4, I think it has been. But the Bombers were very, well, it wasn't the best game, to be honest. It wasn't like a really, really entertaining game, but the Bombers were too good in the end. The shit thing about that for the Bombers, though, Dylan Shield has been reported for a couple of weeks, I think, and it's good for us because the Dogs versus them on Friday night, so it's a very key loss for the Bombers. It's not going to be easy for the Bombers, even though the Dogs got thrashed. Like, it's going to be a very close game. But yeah, Bombers played very well. North, on the other hand, need to work. Sunday afternoon, we had the Giants and the Power, and it wasn't by far the best game I've ever seen in my life. A very scrappy game, but the Power got on top against the Giants. Very impressive win in the end after they got slammed for not being able to beat Brisbane after the teams they beat were easy, and they proved everybody wrong that they can beat decent teams, because Giants are a grand final contender and are a very good team. So congratulations to Port. They were too good in the end. Giants were not great, but got to give it to Port. Yeah, silence the critics there. Next, we had the Swans and the Tigers, and it was not a great game at all. It was no. To be honest, it was the worst game I've seen watching an AFL. Like watching AFL, it was just shocking. 7 goals kicked, and there was no highlights, to be honest. The first quarter was the best by far. Richmond kicked 3, only kicked 1 since. Just if you're gonna win by Richmond, like, they'd be happy they got the win, 4 points. But if you're only winning with 4 goals on the board, that's a bit disappointing, to be honest. Like, it's still a win, but yeah, it wasn't a great game. In Sydney, they need to work on a lot of things because they are playing some shocking football at the moment. Alright, so the last game of the week was the Dogs and the Blues, and I'm not happy about that because we came into the game with magnificent form, coming off 3 great wins against the Giants, Swans, and the Roos, and I was expecting a better performance from us, but the Blues were too good, too strong. Their pressure was absolutely amazing around the ball. We did have 2 very good players like Bontempelli and McRae and Hunter, but other than that, there was just no one there. The Dogs, to be fair, were pretty good in the second and third, but Carlton were their pressure was amazing, and they, very great defensive team. So, GG. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. My TikToks aren't working at the moment. I don't know what's happening with the app. But yeah.